As the sun dipped below the rugged peaks of the Appalachian Mountains, Sarah and James pressed deeper into the verdant wilderness. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and the sweet decay of fallen leaves. This was no ordinary forest. It felt alive, pulsing with an energy that seemed to shift with the waning light. "Do you feel that?" Sarah asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The trees loomed large, their gnarled branches stretching like twisted fingers toward the twilight sky. James nodded, his eyes scanning the dense underbrush. "It's different here. It's like the day doesn't want to let go." As they ventured further, the shadows grew long and distorted, twisting into shapes that danced at the edges of their vision. The pair had been hiking for hours, hoping to uncover the secrets hidden in these ancient woods. They had heard tales of strange occurrences and unearthly creatures that roamed. When the sun set before they came here, but nothing could have prepared them for what lay ahead. As night fell, an unnatural stillness enveloped the forest. The chirping of crickets ceased abruptly, and a heavy silence pressed down upon them. Suddenly, a bone-chilling howl pierced the quiet, echoing through the trees. It was a sound that sent shivers down their spines, a primal cry, resonated with the very core of their being. "Did you hear that?" Sarah's voice trembled as she clutched James's arm, their previous bravado slipping away like the fading light. Before he could answer, something moved in the shadows, swift and silent. The figure emerged, its form grotesque and twisted, with elongated limbs and eyes that glowed like embers in the dark. This was not a creature of the earth. It felt otherworldly, a manifestation of the forest's hidden nightmares. "Run!" James shouted, and they bolted deeper into the woods, heartbeats pounding in their ears. They could hear the creature's footsteps behind them, a rhythmic thud that seemed to synchronize with the very pulse of the night. Panic surged through them as they stumbled upon a clearing, a small glimmer of hope in their desperate flight. But it was not a sanctuary, it was a grotesque tableau. In the center stood a figure, cloaked in darkness, motioning them to approach. "Over here," the figure hissed, urgency lacing their tone. It was a woman, her face shadowed by a hood, but her eyes gleamed with an eerie intelligence. "You need to hide now." Without question, Sarah and James followed her into a hollow doubt tree, its gnarled interior oddly warm against their skin. Inside, they froze, breath shallow as they listened to the rustling of leaves and the distant growl of the creature prowling outside. "What is that thing?" Sarah whispered, her voice a strained whisper. The woman turned slightly, revealing a face marked by shadows and scars. "It's a wraith of the woods, drawn to fear and darkness. This forest, it's alive in a way you can't comprehend. Day and night here don't follow the rules of the outside world. They twist, merge, and sometimes they consume." James's heart raced as he realized the implications. Consume those who wander too far into the night, she explained, her voice barely audible over the creature's growls, become part of its hunger. "The bodies of the lost are woven into the very fabric of this place. They hide in the earth, and here," she gestured to the walls of the hollow tree, where faint outlines of faces seemed to emerge from the bark, mouths frozen in silent screams. As the wraith circled the tree, its breath hot and rancid, Sarah's hand instinctively reached for James. "We have to get out of here," she urged. "Not yet," the woman said firmly. "It senses fear. Stay quiet, and it may pass." Minutes felt like hours as they huddled together, listening to the creature's frustrated snarls outside. It scratched at the tree, its long claws raking against the bark, sending shivers of terror through Sarah and James. Finally, the wraith seemed to lose interest, its howls fading into the distance. The woman exhaled slowly, her shoulders relaxing as she turned to them. "You're lucky. Few make it through the night here unscathed." "What do we do now?" James asked, his voice trembling. "Now," she said with a hint of a smile, "you learn to navigate the shadows. The Appalachian night is not a place for the faint of heart, but if you wish to survive, you must understand its darkness. Come, I can help you." As they emerged from the hollow tree following the woman's lead,